Hey, Laura J. E. Hamilton here with a final message about the 5 precious assets you want to protect. And I started a Facebook Live sharing only just the first and said I would continue that here on my YouTube channel. So if you didn't watch the Facebook Live video, be sure to check it out on my Facebook group, A Space Where Misfits Fit, a home for soulful seekers, where you can join and see all of the other cool things that are going on in the minds of those that want to be part of a conscious conversation. The first precious asset you want to protect is your mental focus, because where your attention goes, your energy flows. So whatever you put your focus on, that's what draws and attracts your attention. And if you're focused on that, then you don't have attention to give to whatever's over here or over here or over here. So really being conscious about where we are putting our mental focus. Then there is about protecting your physical energy or stamina, and that's really being mindful of the fact that we are energetic beings having a human experience. So if we are so huge and so big and chasing these huge experiences and everything has to be massive and grandiose, then it's really hard to balance our energies, and we go from this one extreme into another extreme, and it's up and down, and it's just so energetically exhausting that if we can actually learn to ride the wave in the middle better and actually do that with support with others that are doing the same, it just becomes a whole lot more fun. And that is really what life is about. It's about finding joy at the beginning and end of the journey, and to realize that everything in between is what it's all about. So that dash that fills the space between our birthday and the day we depart from this thing called life that is ours, that little dash is the entire thing. And so we have to realize that it's actually in the small things that the big things take relevance. So remember that when you're protecting your energy, and just say, is this in my greatest and highest good? Is this moving me towards my dreams, or is this moving me further away from them? Because we have to remember too, every time we say yes to one thing, we are also saying no to something else, because we don't have the capacity for it now. So is your life full of good things, or is your life full of great things? And if it's full of good things, then what could you release in order to receive something better in its place? The third thing is self-discipline, and obviously if we are not self-disciplined, then we're not going to get ourselves where we need to go. We're not going to get ourselves in the rooms with people that we need to know. We're not going to be able to get ourselves to the place where things that we want to know are. It's all about what we know and who we know in this life, because life is about connection. Connection of people, connection of information. And it's about connecting the right people with the right information, and the right information with the right people, to really have that interconnectedness that really helps us feel safer in this world that we share, and also create those seeds of empowerment and self-security within ourselves that really translate in feeling safer in the world that we share as well. And when we feel safer, then that's when we don't feel like when we're dealing with emotions that we don't know how to actually handle, we don't go into high school and shoot a bunch of our friends because we don't know how to handle our emotions. It's like, how about we actually learn how to handle our emotions, to feel what comes up, and to know that this too shall pass. No emotion is permanent, because all energy is energy in motion. And when we move those energies, those emotions then begin to move. And the energies start to flow. And when there is flow, then we get back into that flow state that allows us to actually be fully present. Whereas until we're fully present, we're just in that state of blocks and restrictions, which really doesn't allow us to actually do anything other than beat ourselves up oftentimes, unless we're doing it in a productive way. And even that sometimes can turn into self-harm if we're over-exercising or we're overdoing it. So really being mindful about being gentle with ourselves, as well as being very mindful and intentional about where we're putting our energy and our focus, as we said in the number 1 and number 2 too. Number 4 is about time management, and about realizing we all get the same 864,000, no, 800 and, what is it? 86,400 minutes in a day. Seconds. 86,400 seconds in a day is the lottery that we all win every single day at the very beginning and spend by the end of it. So we have to really be mindful of the fact that those 86,400 seconds are ours to use however we choose. And because we are so special, that our soul came here in this body, whichever your body is, my body, our souls chose these vessels to move through life as us in order to experience and express ourselves as the individuated expressions of the grand overall designer that we all come from, that we all return to, and in the meantime seem to be separate from each other in the experience of all that transcends here in our human form. We have to understand that time management, we all get the same amount of time. And time and space are actually non-linear concepts that are all happening now, like a layer cake of multidimensionality. It's all happening right now, and if it's all happening in this now moment, then every single possibility is still available to us as long as we are focused in one direction, then we can move further toward that goal. But we have to understand that you can fit in or change the world, but you can't do both. We must understand the value of an hour to just we must understand the value of an hour in order to be able to make the most of it. We have to know that if we don't know what the value of money is, then we are not going to respect it and value it in the same way as if we had to work for our money our entire lives and we knew what it took to earn $1, we would know how much time we had to spend in order to make that money, and then that would completely change how we would prioritize how we spend it, potentially, or not. Robin Sharma is a leadership authority who also recommends the 5 a.m. protocol, and that is the idea of waking up at 5 a.m. and then exercising, meditating, and reading and growing yourself at the very beginning of your day, and saying that between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. are the prime hours. This is when you're super productive. And so Robin's strategy is to wake up earlier so you can get more done even earlier in the day. And whenever I'm teaching English and I'm doing that, it is really true that you do feel very accomplished when you can go upstairs before breakfast and say, I've already taught 3 or 4 or 5 classes this morning. Like, it's just really rewarding to be able to say, yeah, I'm making a difference, and I'm doing it in a different way, and that's okay, you know? And then the mind needs a trusted schedule to feel safe. So going back to that sense of security, that sense of constraints that give us a sense of freedom, but also keep us reined in enough for us to feel like somebody has our back. Protecting our energy and our stamina and our self-discipline and mental focus. Really keeping ourselves checked in, aligned, and really able to say, hey, this is what's going on, you know? All of these things really matter, and isolation is the best way to escape distraction. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and totally distracted, then you have to realize that sometimes just removing yourself from what is so distracting and then putting yourself in a situation where you can kind of see things for what they are works out a hell of a lot better in the end for everyone. So those are the 5 precious assets that you want to protect. The 5th one was a bit ambiguous, and so I want to actually create an alternative 5th one because I didn't really necessarily say for sure what the extra information at the last bit was attached to, outside of just kind of bringing it all back into the alignment of this moment. But it's about also realizing that we are multidimensional beings, so really looking at ourselves as a wholly human. So realizing that we have a physical intelligence, a spiritual intelligence, a mental intelligence, and then we also have a soul set, physique, mindset, heart set. So it's the heart set, soul set, physique, so the physical set, mindset, and then the head set. And then if you want to be perfect and pretend that no mistakes are ever made in real life, then you can just cut that little piece out and then start over and say that heart set, soul set, body set, and mindset are the 4 different quadrants of the equation that we have to keep in mind when we are putting together the image of our self-image in relation to who we are and whose we are in this world that we all share. We have to really get back to the fact that we are the powerful grand overall designers of a world that we share, and that we have to guard the energetic resources that are responsible for the distribution of our time, energy, effort, attention, and money in this world, and how that then translates into the world that we get to experience on the outside as a reflection of the inside. Lots to think about, and please comment below what this message means to you, what it means for you, what it makes you curious about, what else you're struggling with or wondering about or just generally want to talk about. And I would love to be able to do that on the website, A Space Where Misfits Fit, a home for soulful seekers on Facebook. That community is private, but all it takes is for you to say you want in, for you to be accepted. So don't feel like you need anything specific to be able to apply. You are enough as you are, so just go over there and I'll look forward to sharing these kind of messages further with you. And then also we'll have some updates and news to be able to share with you soon too. So I hope you have a great day. Comment below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Laura J. E. Hamilton, and click the notifications button so that you receive messages when I go live and also when I post a new message. And be sure to share this channel and this information, this video, with at least a few friends who can also watch the video, and then you guys can talk about what it means to you, what it means for you, what you can do with it, what you want to do with it, what you're committed to doing with it. Really getting clear about what things mean to you, what they mean for you, and then what you're going to do about it, because action are the most important 6 letters within the law of attraction. And if we are not focused on what we're attracting, then we are generally not going to take action either. So the law of attraction really makes all the difference for what we are attracting. I send you massive amounts of love, blessings, joy, and hope that tomorrow will be even better than today, and that you can find the silver lining in today if you are struggling. And if you are already seeing the silver, then may it turn into gold, and may your world just expand and shine a little brighter, just like you. Blessings. Laura J. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you.